Hi Cancer, welcome to your December 2019 love reading. It's Raina here. So this is going to be for single people and people who are in a marriage that is not happening, is not working out. This is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck I'm reading off the box. This is the back of it. It's a matte stock. And then this is the kind of the gilded, edges. Oh gosh, I love that. So I'm just shuffling the cards right now, and maybe I'll just do a couple of these. Very early 1900s type of a vibe to it, or even it's Art Deco, is it? Late 1800s maybe? Very interesting. Oh, I was supposed to do a different type of reading. Oh, well. C'est la vie. I mean, I had a different spread that I was doing with a couple of the signs, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie, as they say. Alright, so I'm going to put these to the side. Put this guy over here and that guy over there. Okay. So, the heart of the matter is the Nine of Cups. Well, this is a nice card. Maybe because you're having your conjunction with the North Node in your sign. Maybe in December, the solar eclipse in Capricorn, which is in your marriage sector. The Nine of Cups is a card of your cup runneth over, wish fulfillment. So perhaps if there's somebody that you have been eyeing, that you're interested in, that person is somebody who you get involved with, or that you are somehow finding yourself connecting to that person. If you are married, perhaps there is going to be like some kind of positivity with your relationship. This card connects to Jupiter, so and I think, I don't know, is it Jupiter and Pisces? So a fellow water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, another Cancer, that kind of an individual may come into your life, and there'll be a positive influence on you. But this is not a predictive card. This is what is happening. So either this person currently, maybe you have not declared your feelings to him or her, but you are aware that you have feelings for them, or that they have feelings for you. And this could be somebody who is single, that, Cancers who are single, or if you are involved in a relationship. People declare feelings for people when one person's in a relationship too. I mean, that can happen. In the past position, we have the Ten of Wands. If you've been working long hours, maybe this is a coworker, and you just spend so much time together that you are like practically living, with one another. However, the Ten of Wands is a burden. If this is a romantic relationship, if this is like a committed relationship already, then perhaps, I'm talking about if you already are in one, you may be weary of a lot of the feeling of being burdened by somebody else's problems, by their inability to take responsibility for their own life in whatever way that has shown up for them. And so this Nine of Cups, to me, even though it's water energy, it's a lighter feeling, because there's possibly the feeling of true emotional satisfaction. The Nine of Cups is a card of emotional satisfaction, but maybe you thought you had it with the Ten of Wands, and perhaps at one time you did, but now it's like drudgery or a feeling of responsibility. It's not necessarily feeling a sense of an equal relationship, a relationship that feels beneficial to you. You may be doing the heavy lifting in the relationship. You know, when I see that Ten of Wands, I think of the heavy lifting. So that may be the dynamic of that. And so the higher message is the King of Wands. And, you know, there's different, there's like a lizard. That's odd. Or is that a salamander? I don't know. The King of Wands is a card that is associated with a double masculine energy. And I first think of self-empowerment, of like kind of being the master, being the captain of your ship and being your own master. Not, you know, kind of taking charge of your life. It's interesting that the Nine of Cups is surrounded by two wands. Wands energy is fire energy, and so the three fire signs can be connected. Like I said, you know, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Aries for you, because it's a cardinal sign, can be particularly attractive to you from the standpoint of what you're interested in. There's a sense of affinity with Aries people, but this may be a facet of yourself that either you need to develop or that you are developing, and therefore you are kind of deciding perhaps that you deserve happiness, like the Nine of Cups represents. You deserve that. And perhaps in the past you thought that life was, you know, going to be hard, and that's just the way it is. And you know, we have challenges in life, but that doesn't mean that we can't have joy. Relationships are not going to ever be perfect, but there should be joy. I think that's a basic minimum that we should expect from relationships. Not that they are going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but they, you know, the idea that relationships should be challenging, should be unpleasant, I don't think that that's true at all. The King of Wands can also be a father figure, and I feel like for some cancers, and this may be especially true of women, although, you know, I guess it could affect male cancers as well, but especially for women who are interested in men, if your father was larger than life and kind of dynamic, and maybe he even favored you if you were the only girl or your daddy's little girl, you may feel like no man measures up to that person. And or you may, you know, may be, you know, like, especially if you're single and you're like way too picky, you're way too critical because you're comparing them to your father. There may be some reason why you're idealizing your father, or perhaps he really was somebody that was noteworthy. But the thing is that it's not fair to compare one person to another. It's just not, that's not, people are individuals, and nobody is capable of being, you know, filling those shoes if that's what's going on. But the other thing too is that you may even be attracted to controlling types of men, and that may be why, you know, the Ten of Wands is in the past position, where they're kind of like calling the shots, these alpha men, males. That type of a man, because Cancer is a feminine sign, and you may think that you need that kind of exaggerated male quality, when in fact you need somebody who is going to be sensitive to your needs, and also who isn't going to just want their way, like a narcissistic, self-centered type of a person. Because the typical Cancer person, I'm not saying all Cancers are angels or perfect, but the typical Cancer person is very thoughtful to others, to loved ones, and can do very nice things to kind of show that they care. What crosses you is represented by the Page of Wands. So, I didn't say anything, but the King of Wands could even be like a boss. And as the spiritual message, it could be saying, that this person, especially if they're older than you and they have that, that generational difference, that, you may be superimposing or projecting that parent, that father onto that boss. And that the relationship, that it's not, that it's not really the relationship that you think it is, that it's kind of like in your mind, based upon the past. And the Page of Wands in the challenge position could be saying that this relationship is having a hard time getting off the ground for some reason. So maybe that person is married. That's the King of Wands can be the father. So if that person is a family man, that they're not going to leave their partner, even if they say they are. And you may feel like you won the lottery, that you have met somebody who's very dynamic, and you feel very excited to be around, but they may have other things that they have to take care of. Nine of Cups, to me, is a card of feeling that you are emotionally fulfilled. Perhaps this doesn't require that you even are in a relationship, because I am doing this type of relationship for single people as well. So those Cancers who are single, you may be just emotionally fulfilled for your own reasons. Maybe it's career related, and that, and so you may feel like, I know what the Page of Wands can even be if you've started a new career, new job recently. Perhaps that is creating limitations for you to be able to be involved in a relationship, because you're very into your career at the moment. You have to nurture your career. It's kind of funny. Sometimes when I'm doing these readings, that's exactly what I say, because that's just the truth. When people think that they can do everything well, that they can nurture their career and also meet somebody that they love, and think that they're going to invest in that relationship, I'm kind of a little bit skeptical of that. You have to have the opportunity to be able to go out on dates and get to know somebody. What's coming in is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is like, and you see all those gold coins, and these are really gold coins. I love that, kind of how they shine. This is the farmer assessing his crop. How is it coming along? And so, with the Nine of Cups, if you have been involved with somebody, and perhaps you're having a good time, but you're wondering if it's going to lead anywhere, you may still be kind of in that stage of waiting. And maybe you're waiting for the other person to be the one to make the move. And the thing is that some people may be content to having a good time. The Nine of Cups sometimes can be too much of a good thing. There's an indulgent quality with the Nine of Cups, which can be to me like a sensuality. And if you are a person, typically this will be a woman who, Cancerian, who has made the mistake of believing that she has to have a physical relationship to keep the man. Understand that there are some men who will be content to keeping this relationship at that level. And I know there are women who will dispute what I say and say, oh, well, who says that I'm interested in a permanent relationship? You act like only men can have a good time. But you want to know something? If you are just interested in fooling around, then I don't think you would be interested in a relationship reading, because this is about long-term relationships. And what I'm saying is that you may be acting in ways that are giving mixed messages and are counterproductive. And that's the thing. If you're really looking for a long-term relationship, you have to, it's not about manipulating a man and saying, oh, you can't get any nookie until you put a ring on it or something like that. I mean, in a way it is, but it's not a manipulative thing. It's saying, this is what I want, and I'm not going to settle for a half-assed type of relationship, which is not going to lead me anywhere. This is just going to be a glorified one-night stand until you get tired of me, until you want something new. Or maybe you're seeing 2 other women besides me. I mean, this is real talk. This is how it works. And some women even are told from the get-go, this is going to be, I don't want a committed relationship. I just want to have fun. Let's have, what do they call it? Friends with benefits. And the woman agrees to do it. And then she's hurt when the man tells her, look, you know what? I've fallen in love with another woman, and I don't want to, have this extra relationship because I want to be with her and I want to have the whole enchilada with her. And, how can somebody be hurt by that? The man laid it out. And I think it's quite honorable for a man to do that, because they're not trying to pretend that it's anything other than what it is. And he may have been attracted physically to the woman, but he knew that it wasn't an emotional connection. So, I mean, is he a dog? I don't think so. I don't think that type of man is a dog. So, I just wanted to bring that out, because I think so many times it creates problems. Okay, so I guess I've read that, since I already was talking about the Page of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles, I read that one too. Okay, well, what do we got to do here? And the outcome is the Two of Wands. This is a card of, you have to make that choice. And with Wands, you're going to make that choice based on your self-esteem. Based on what you need, not what somebody else wants. Which direction you're going to go in. Are you going to choose passion, or are you going to choose, with Pentacles, is more of the practical and the durable in life. I sound like I'm talking about a washing machine or something, don't I? Not a relationship. Practical and durable. Okay, well, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal love reading or a natal chart reading looking at 2020, anything, got all kinds of readings. My website is rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Take care. Bye.